Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I'm Terry at Holding Your Space, and this is Dr. Gail, Skywalking the Moon. Hi, Gail.
Hey, thanks,
Dr.
Terry. Thanks
Gail.
for having me. I
Oh,
know
I'm so glad.
y'all saw the little blip when we went live. That was my technical end. Terry's good. We're live. Sorry.
Yeah, and we're streaming to both channels. So if anybody, um, if you don't see something that we're talking about, you won't see each other's chats probably if you're on Dr. Gail's channel or mine. So, hi, Annie Bear. Hi, Hypnicity. How is everybody today? Juno Spears here. Hi, Juno. Deep Albuquerque. Ooh, I like that name.
Yeah.
Lori,
Yeah.
Sarah. Yeah. So we had a nice talk back in the studio that was quite interesting about your shamanic journeys recently.
Yes.
And extremely intriguing, everybody. So if you have questions, go ahead and put them up and I'll store them. And we'll start out with that, if you don't mind, Dr. Gail.
No, that's fine. We can start off. In fact, I talk to Danny Shea all the time about my shamanic journeys and get his opinions. And, he does the class on that also, where he takes people on journeys. So, I get him as an interpreter a lot of times of my journey. So do you want me to go ahead and start? Oh, what? Okay. Well, I did these shamanic journeys, and mine always come, and I'm trying to do some shadow work with them. And the shadow work that I was trying to do is I wanted to know is right after Thanksgiving, why do I overeat? Why do we overeat so much? Why are we so gluttons when it comes to these celebrations? And why is everything just around food? And so I was thought I would do a journey about that. And my journeys always come in little clips. Like today I get this part, the next day I get this part. Well, this journey took 9 sessions to get to the answer. And anyway, it was I went through all these different things. In fact, I was in Scotland when I was doing this journey, and I went through the snow, went to a castle, I went through all through these things, and then a pond. And but the end of it was that, and it's really disturbed me, as I saw all these dead humans up in the sky, and they were black. And it was somewhere between 16 and 24 of them. And I couldn't figure out what they were there for, what was going on, how was that the answer? Well, I talked to Danny. He says, well, ask your Native American that's always with you. And I always have a Native American when it comes to the real important stuff. And so I turned around and I looked at him and I said, why are these humans up there? Why are they dead? What is this symbolizing? And he said, it simply symbolizes all the addictions that we face as humans in the 3D world. And so it was very simple. And he was talking about gluttony was just one of the ones that we face, but we face drug addictions, smoking, sex addictions, all sorts of things. And he was saying that was just part of our life on Earth in the 3D world.
I love that. So when you say that you were in Scotland, were you physically in Scotland or were you astral traveling to Scotland in the journey?
Usually when I'm journeying, well, me astral traveling is kind of when I'm see-throughing and I'm going out and observing. And when I am physically, that's my light body going or my soul going. And this feels like my soul's going, that I'm physically there. And I'm making them a journey. I have quite a few power animals, which my first was a lion. I have a crow and a white rabbit. So those are my power animals that take these journeys with me, along with my guide. And then, as I said, my Native American, he shows up too. So I have a whole crowd when I go on my journeys.
I love that. I love that. I always have the lion with me, but I love the white rabbit.
Yeah.
So
I think the white rabbits representing innocence is what I get. I feel like that's like, keep playful. Here's the innocent, and we protect it. We protect that rabbit. Either I'm carrying it, or my spirit guide is carrying it, or it's riding on my lion. So we're all really protective of that white rabbit.
I love that. I feel like anything we do, if it's not joyful and filled with wonder, You know,
Mhm.
it's just not any fun. It's not worth it, is it?
No.
Yeah. I am, starring your questions, so keep them coming, and, lots of great questions coming in.
Well,
Um,
good.
so, speaking of the Lyrans coming in,
Mhm.
we were talking about that backstage, and I just love that Lyran energy that's coming in because 'cause I'm feeling it too, and I feel like I'm seeing them around me more, and
Well,
it
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I haven't paid much attention to the Lyrans. I've been associated with gray hybrids, the Octurians. I mean, all the other ones, and the Lyrans have kind of been back there. Even though I've had a guide as a Lyran, and I've seen there's two different types I have met. One looks cat-like, and her name Sandy, and she would have soft fur. And I've done some shows on her, talk about their planet and actually their pregnancy, because the reason why she was with me was because she was pregnant, and basically they don't are able to do a lot when they're pregnant because it's like a tour duty, and they are pregnant for 24 months. It's not like they want to be pregnant. It's just everybody has to become pregnant, and they're asexual, so everybody has to have a child. And so she was my first one, and then years later, it was actually here on Mount Shasta, when Danny, Billy, and Kim were here.
I
Um,
remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
when I met my second Lyran, and I didn't know she was a Lyran because she was tall, probably 7, 8 feet tall, and she was blue, and she had burgundy hair, and she looked like the people on Avatar. And she told me she was a Lyran. I had no idea. Then I associated, of course, the movie with those or Lyrans, and I had not met one like that before until her, and then until this journey. When I was going on this journey, my Native American pulled me to a pond and he moved the fog away. And then I looked at myself and I was one of those. I was a blue Lyran. And I didn't think anything of it because I've had so many past lives that I've seen. I'm going, okay, there's another past life. Anyway, but then he started telling me that the Lyrans were here and they're all around us. And of course, the first thing I go is like, where? They're all around us. And they're all around us. They are here. There are, I think they're helping us right now ascend. I think their presence has just really come in with this blue light. And I'm going, well, that kind of makes sense. They're blue and the blue light. But anyway, so they're here. They're here to help us. And I do think they're really around the light workers right now is where they are, is they're just really present with the light workers and helping us. So all of you who are, well, I know everybody here is probably a light worker, but they're here. They're here to help, and they're here to move us on. And so call on them for when you're needing a little bit of help with something, because they're here, and their presence is extremely strong. I feel them now, even getting more powerful around me, or maybe it's that I'm recognizing that they're here. So, yeah, the Lyrans have made their presence.
Yeah, I've been feeling them around for a while. I mean, we've talked about them on shows before and,
Right.
the white Lyrans and the golden Lyrans and as they come in and, but the blue Lyrans, I just love this.
Yeah. Oh, well, the other thing is that's our future, is how the movie Avatar, our future is going to that. We'll be getting rid of the electronics because we'll be able to communicate with Earth. We will be telepathic. We'll be communicating with Earth. We won't need all those things anymore. And that is our future. It's not going to be wars and things like that. That was on that movie. But that part of it is our communication with Earth and our communications with each other, that we will not be needing these electronic devices. They're going to be going by the wayside. We'll just be connecting to each other and Earth, which I just feel like that's going to be great. That's going to be great. Now that's way in the future. Probably not our lifetimes.
But probably on some dimension, we're already doing it, right?
Oh yeah, we definitely are. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. We are.
So I loved how they plugged into, they could plug into an animal. I mean, I don't know if that was a metaphor or if that was,
Yeah, I
um
know. They plugged into the animals and they plugged into the trees.
yeah, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
and the tree was the mother, which we see a lot in meditations as the tree being the mother, and how important the branches are, and how important the root system is, but also the vortices inside the trunk. The different dimensions, we see the timelines inside there. So I find it amazing. I
Yeah.
am seeing a lot of people around recently that look like big lions. They've got the big hair, they've got the beards, and the men do, and they're 6 foot to 7 feet tall. I
Yeah.
mean, and they're big boned. They're not small people.
No, they're not small people.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, also I find it interesting that Nancy Jean is doing the 9 candles, and she's going with the blue light, and she's highlighting that. And when I ordered my blue candles, and my blue candles had wellness on it, and I wanted to show everybody that my candles had wellness on it, which I thought was fascinating because I used the blue light on my Solaris Healing Center, and this was kind of I was wondering if there was any connection to this blue light that's coming in and my wellness center or the Solaris star, and there is. And that was a validation for me when I got this box that it had wellness on it, and I'm going, well, this is great. But yeah, on the Solaris Healing Center, that's where they use the blue light for healing. And and that's where all the masters and the angels and power animals, everybody go to get their own healing. And it's blue light that is balancing it's actually calming down the nervous system so their own body can heal itself. And so blue light's pretty powerful.
Is there a Solaris chakra coming in now?
There are new chakras coming in. I can feel them. In fact, you know how we usually feel like they're in a line? And I'm
Mhm.
feeling like they're going
Around.
like, yeah, around,
Yeah.
or different angles, which I think is really fascinating that I'm seeing that. I'm not sure why I'm seeing that, but that is what I'm seeing. New chakras, and they're not in a line.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I've kind of been seeing too, definitely a chakra, but I've kind of been calling the Solaris chakra, but I don't know if that's true or not. But and then other ones back here behind the medulla oblongata, and then outside our ears, 'cause, we've had this ringing in our ears, so many of us, for a while, but now it's like
In my
in
left ear.
yeah,
Yes.
now it's in the right ear, and it's going all around, and
Yeah. My
yeah.
my mind breaks up and go, okay, when information's coming, because my left ear will go, woo, and then the right one will start too. And I'm going, oh wow, here it comes.
It's
But
big stuff.
yeah, I don't. What I've been really seeing is important is a pink chakra that's coming in that's above our head.
Yeah.
There's a one that's pink that's really, really, really important. And I don't know, when you said the Solaris, I saw that as a bright star,
Yeah.
and but but there's a pink one that's real important. I'm not sure what that pink one is, but I'll probably that information will come in more and more and more as I dive into this. But there's something in it, and it's in front, and it's also no, it's above us. It's above us. Um,
We've been working with that pink light, coming in, that it's kinda like rose quartz,
yeah.
but yeah, and I feel like that's coming in to kinda it's like an angelic, mist that comes in, but even though it's a mist, it's for clarity, and it
Mhm.
comes in, we've been doing healings with it through the back of the heart chakra.
Oh, well, that makes sense. But this one is a little strong. I would say it's more in this color line. It's
Oh,
pink. Pink.
wow,
Yeah,
like a magenta
yeah,
almost,
it's really pink. I'm seeing
or
that
Barbie.
as that's the color. Yeah, a little stronger than the rose quartz. The rose quartz, I think of heart also.
Yeah, high heart, yeah. Well, and, I think Lee, I wanna say Lee Harvey, that's not it. Lee, the guy that, channels
Yeah.
disease, he's been talking a lot recently about the pink light coming in also.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, there are other people's it's not funny that we're all getting the same thing, the blue light coming in and then the pink light coming in. So
Right.
I love that your, pink light, um, and yeah, and everybody's talking about, yeah, more ringing in the ears, buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. Um, so the blue lyrans are okay. they look kind of like Avatar?
Yeah, they
These
do, but
small beings.
the one I met looks like them, but has burgundy hair. Burgundy. I mean, you talk about blue and then that burgundy hair, and like the eyebrows and everything are kind of burgundy colored. So I haven't seen Avatar in years. I don't even think they had hair. Did they have hair? I'm gonna have to watch that movie again.
They had cords. Like,
Cords.
it was
That's
like
right.
cords. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But it looked
yeah,
like hair.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hers was burgundy, and it wasn't like our hair. It might have been. It didn't look like cords. No, it didn't look like cords. It did look like some wild hair.
Yeah.
Especially kids that blue body.
Everybody has such great comments. Sherry's talking about since the last download with the sacred geometry, I get this fuzzy head feeling on occasion.
Yeah.
They're talking about the pink sunrises and sunsets and how that pink energy is coming in.
Sometimes when
Um,
I think about sacred geometry, I get fuzzy feeling in my head. Sometimes that's a hard subject for me. That sacred geometry.
really?
It is. Even though I work with the macabre and all those kind of things, the sacred geometry, I need to do a little bit more into it because I don't quite grasp all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I feel like there's a lot to be uncovered with that. They were
Well,
just talking about some archaeologists from Romania that are working in the U.S. on one of the reservations and have just discovered a lot of sacred geometry, basically, that aligns with the stars and the hieroglyphs. Yeah, so the first people's hieroglyphs in the U.S. So it's pretty interesting. I think want to say it's in Arizona, but I could be, somewhere in the
yeah,
Southwest. Um,
somewhere.
yeah, right, right. I find it's also interesting. So, um, do you feel like I'm getting this sense that we know that we're light workers, but I feel like we're star workers too at this point. Like I think that a lot of us come from stars all of a sudden is a download that I'm getting.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's always been. Well,
Okay.
me, anybody who's coming to my channel are coming from stars and different planets, and they're awesome and have many past lifetimes or parallel lifetimes as a galactic being.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess I always assumed that it would be a planet. And I knew that
Hmm.
I've always felt like angels came from stars, but I feel like now I can see that there's so much light around us, like clusters of different stars that we
Right.
come
Like,
from in
well, I
different
mean, you
colors.
have the Palladian, star system, and you have the Arcturus star system. So all these beings are coming from these star systems. And
Wow.
uh, and and as I said, the gold beans are on the Solaris star. So me, I think they're more coming from the stars in our solar system than they are from planets.
Wow. Okay. I'm just getting that. Sorry.
That's okay.
I come from the show me state. So
You came from what?
the show me state, Missouri. You got to show me.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's talking about their past and where they're from and whatnot, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, so, what do you feel like is the most important thing that we can do right now to help with this blue light, to
Well,
assist with it and to absorb it?
I think this candle box saying wellness, taking care of yourself, being
Yeah.
patient with yourself. Be sure when you're really needing a nap, if you can, take it, and just kind of letting it all settle in because, when I was doing some readings, um, probably, I don't know how long ago, a couple of weeks ago, I was reading a lot of people. It seemed like it was coming in really hard now and was going to settle in about February. And it was going to take us all the way to about February for us to absorb what's happening to us. And some would be evolving by May, and some would take longer. But that's what I was getting on readings on this blue light.
So I love this because it's also from the astrologers that have been talking the same thing
Oh,
with
have
the,
they?
yeah, the same exact thing. I think
Okay.
April 20th, April 14th, there's supposed to be a big shift, but they're talking about just taking care of ourselves,
Yes.
being gentle.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I'm glad you're giving me the affirmation of that
yeah,
information that came in. I appreciate that.
yeah, and I really do feel like this pink energy is all coming in so lovingly.
Mm.
Paulina says pink light from Elohim. I know I pronounced that horribly, Elohim, but but I'm also feeling like that pink light is helping us a lot with absorbing this blue light and softening things. I don't know. Are you feeling that?
Well, I haven't been working with the pink like you have. As I said, I just was seeing it around me. But let me see. Um, let's just check on that. I'm thinking you're right. Yeah, it is. The pink light is absorbing the blue light. It's making it, it's showing me that it's making it purple. It is, or lavender, that it is softening. It's softening um, the blue light. It's softening our reaction to the blue light. And you're exactly right. That's what I think it's doing. And that's
So
why
I
I'm seeing the pink so much. And that's why that pink chakra is shining so much. Is it's taking, I'm getting big yeses on all this. It is taking care or softening the blue light that's coming in.
wow. So I'm wondering. I know that this has to do with so many things, and everything's a metaphor, right? Everything has a duality or non-duality. But I feel like Lady Nada and Saint Germain, and Lady Nada with the magenta, and Saint Germain with the violet flame, and that's often spoken as being when they come in, going to that neutral space of non-duality where we're it's neither positive or negative. It's neither divine feminine or divine masculine. It's the in between, that space of non-judgment and where
Mhm.
everything is possible, and witnessing awareness, I guess you'd call it. But I feel like that's so beautiful because getting to that spot, I feel like a lot of us are getting there um, with our awareness of
Oh,
everything.
yeah. Not a lot
Mm.
of us, I think all of us, especially all that's in the chat.
Yeah. 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 Definitely everybody in the chat. Everybody has such great things to say. Um, yeah. So, okay. Well, you want to do some readings while we're here? Okay.
Sure.
Awesome. Um, Annie Bear asks, sensing a lot more tall whites around people. It's exciting. What's their specialty?
When I think of tall whites, I immediately think healing, that they show up. They're big healers, Annie Bear. Let me check on that. But when I see them, and a lot of times I see them with two grays and a tall white, and they come in. Those three usually will come in together, and that means you're getting ready to go up and get a healing from them. Let me check on that about the tall whites. But they're real interested in our biological bodies, tall whites, and that's a yes. And so they do come in for a lot of healing. And usually the grays that they're coming with, they're not like grays. They're more like robotic grays, and they're kind of they're easy. The grays have an easier time coming down to 3D, and that's a huge yes on that. So they're kind of guiding the tall whites, but the tall white is actually the one that is doing the healings. But they will come in and take you up to a spaceship and do some work on you. And the tall whites are extremely interested in our physical bodies. So and making sure we are doing okay in ascending. So they're very present in doing that part of it.
I love that. I'm getting like a beam coming in when you're talking about that.
Yeah,
So
they're around a lot, and as I said, that's generally when I see them. I see them a lot with people when there's some healing going on. And so when
Yeah.
I'm doing the healing show, the tall whites show up a lot.
Yeah. I feel we've had them a lot in the meditation tribe coming in around us in this past year.
Yeah,
And I feel like they're the ancient ones.
they are
Um,
anxious, but as I said, they're really interested, almost like we're their children. Like I can
yeah.
take care of this human. I got to take care of it. Let me make sure their body's doing. Let's scan the body, make sure this body's okay. And that's kind of how I feel about them. They're really interested in us being okay.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like they're here to as guardians,
Yeah,
like our guardian angels or our guardian healers.
yeah.
But they're definitely coming in to help. Let's see. Okay. Um, Lulu Bubble. I'm not sure if this is a question or a statement, but we'll put it out there. I would love to learn how to journey.
Well, but I had a crash course on how to journey from a shaman, and those are the ones that usually do the shamans. And she taught me. I was asking her, did I need to take a shamanism class? And she says, no, I can teach you how to do this. And because I was just wanting to do journeys. And then, as I said, Danny Shea has a class that he teaches and takes people on journeys. So a journey is just more of a intention meditation, but pretty much that's what you do, Terry. You always have an intention when you're going on your meditations, and that's kind of like what the journey is that you make an intention and then you go out on your journey and you make sure you have safe place to go down into earth. I'm going into the lower world. That's where because I'm up in the sky. I'm all over the place. The lower world is the place that is not my safe place. So that's, as I said, I'm trying to do shadow work right now. So that's where I'm going all the time. And my lion shows up every time just to make me comfortable. And I'm hanging on to his mane when I'm going through some difficult things. I think that poor lion's going to be bald before he finished. But yeah, if you get in touch with a shaman or Danny Shea, when he teaches his class, he will help you through all that. So that will help you, Lily Bubble. I am not the expert. I'm just the one taking the journeys. Mine are very vivid, though. Mine are very vivid. So I'm very lucky that I can see what's going on, even though they take so long to get the answer. But yes. So Lulu, check out some. I know I don't know that you need to take a shaman class, or maybe there is a shaman class for just journeying. Do you know, Terry? Is that
Juno is saying that she never thought she could do it, but then Danny Shea's classes have made all the difference. Yeah,
okay? Yeah,
yeah. So that's thanks, Juno. That helps
yeah.
a lot. Yeah,
AG.
yeah. And Ginger Sky agrees. She says she thinks it'll make a big difference for her with him. That's
Right.
great. Let's see. Mercury is having fun with my laptop today, so let's see. Do the Galactics have a message for me? Sonia asked.
Hi, Sonia. Let me see. I'm going to pull out of my Starseed Oracle deck, my favorite one, as you all know. By the
Oh, I
Rebecca.
just got that one.
Oh, I need to buy another deck because I have about exhausted this one, but it is my favorite deck and I haven't used it. And it came because we're dealing with star seeds all the time, so this has really resonated with me many, many, many times. Let me see what we got here. Okay, we've got the Hierophant. Can't even say it right, and it's saying, can you make it straight? And it's saying that longing for home, homesick for the stars. So, Sonia, I know this is a lot of us that we long for the stars. We long for the easy life that we used to have without the wars and conflicts and the duality. And Sonia, what I'm seeing is that you are extremely homesick. You're wanting to comfort yourself. And what I'm seeing is that you really need to start grounding. You've got to get out in nature. I'm not sure where you live, but you somehow need to start grounding to help ground you to this earth and keep you more level-headed thinking. Right now, you're just longing for a better life and looking up the stars and wanting that past life that you've had or that parallel life that you have. And so right now, I hear grounding. So meditation is going to help you. So what I'm hearing, meditation, grounding. I don't know if you do art, Sonia, but I'm seeing art also. Anyway, all these things are going to help you because right now it looks like to me you're just really longing for an easier life. And we're here to experience this life. And I'm getting big yeses on all this. We're here to experience this 3D life, this human life. And so my pendulum is going crazy. Yes. So, Sonia, that's what it is you need to come down here. And it's okay to look at the stars along for your past life or parallel life, but you've got to experience your human life. And so, ground. You think, Terry?
Yeah, very similar, of course. So we get the sword of light, Archangel Michael's sword of light. So cutting away what doesn't serve us, but also a great protection around you, Sonia. So that's wonderful. Divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. So, and look at all that light in the sky there.
I know it's
And
pretty.
then, of course, I get Gaia's gateway activation. So yeah, grounding with Gaia. And look at that beautiful pink light coming in around Gaia too. I think that's just going to be so important right now. And your ancestral realm. So I think that has to do something with the cord cutting as well. And to be able to, all of us, we think we've done all this work, right? We've been to the therapist, we've had the spirituality, but then as we ascend, new things come up. And that's why part of this being so gentle with ourselves right now and going into the shadow work like Dr. Gail is doing is so important. So yeah, I feel like that's coming up on a community level.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Let's see. I got you starred, Claudia. I'm not sure how many we'll be able to get through, but we are going to try. I just starred this because I loved what Hypnicity said. I have a new catchphrase: think responsibly.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Think responsibly.
Right?
Wow. Yeah,
Perfect.
exactly.
Then Hypnicity asks, does my ET guide Joshua have any message for me?
Okay. All right. Let me see. I'm going to pull out of my Mystic Martian deck.
Mm.
Yes, my Mystic Martian. Let's see, Hypnicity. What do we have for you today? I'm not sure I want to say this right, but this says Vesica Pisces, divine feminine, birthing, fertility. Oh my gosh, what are you trying to develop yourself now? Look at that eye in there. It looks like to me you're birthing something, that some new idea you're thinking about hypnicity is coming through fruition. Well, my mouth won't work. Anyway, that's what I'm getting because it says divine feminine, birthing, fertility, but it is the birthing that is coming out big time for me. What you have sounds like a new idea, something she needs to go forth with.
Yeah, I agree. So Hypnicity, the first thing that they were showing me were bricks. Like you're working on a new bricks that you're building, something that you're putting together. And this might be a combination because you're so talented of something that you're working with. And then here's Cosmic Foundation. You're building your cosmic foundation. That's kind of like birthing a child, isn't it? Building that brick.
Yeah, and it's something to do with mediumship too. Are you getting that?
Mediumship?
Yeah, something with mediumship. I'm not sure what you do, hypnicity, but I'm getting big time. It's something to do with that. And mediumship covers 5,000 trillion things that come under that title.
Yeah. Oh, you want a brick and mortar community. Well, definitely you can build that because there's the earth coming to you. Mother
Maybe
Earth,
that's what
Gaia,
it is. Maybe
nature.
are you going to be building a mediumship class or Facebook thing? Hypnosis, are you thinking about doing something like that?
Hmm.
Pulling together a group?
She says she's on the verge of something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She may not want to talk about it yet because she's,
That's
you know,
fine. I don't
pulling
blame
it
you. I
together.
wouldn't either. I don't
Yeah.
like to talk about things until I'm pretty positive about it.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
you're getting the sign to go for it.
Yeah. Sometimes I always say, put something in your compost bin and let it grow. Because it starts with an idea and then it grows, it morphs, doesn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
they came. They came. I've gotten mine. Mine is like old stuff that's coming back up, and they brought it back up to me. Then I'm going, okay, now what do I do with it? And it's just the ideas. I'm with you, hypnosis. I'm not ready to reveal what all that is, but yeah, same thing.
yeah, yeah. Okay, gonna get rid of that and that. And now we go to Junosphere. The bubble, he does a wonderful okay, talking about Danny Shay.
Okay.
An A light worker asks, does my Octurian council
Like that name.
isn't that a great name? Yeah,
Yes.
she's great. Does my Octurian council have a message for me?
Oh, let me pull out my Octurian cards. I use these. I have sacred geometry cards that are activation oracles, but I associate this with my Arcturian people. So,
Are those the round ones?
No, they're not round, but they're absolutely gorgeous cards. This is the back of them.
Whoa, that's yeah.
Yeah, they're yeah. As I said, I usually pull this out because Arcturians are associated with sacred geometry. Where here is I am a human hybrid with Arcturians, and sacred geometry is kind of baffles me, and I'm not sure why I'm not quite connecting. I think I'm looking too deep into it. Is probably what it is. So let me pull you a card. Oh, third eye chakra is what I pulled. Look at that. This is an activation card. That's what I'm hearing. This is activation. I am activating or opening up your third eye chakra. And it says the frequency of the third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination, and our psychic powers. Wow. All right. Go ahead, Terry.
That's beautiful.
I'm going to get a little bit more information on that, but you go ahead while I'm doing that.
I got something about a relationship. And Lakesh. And these are Palladian cards, but yeah. Recognize that we are all the same, many parts of a complex whole. So, a light worker, I think this pertains to Joshua and you together, and that you've been through this many times. Because this shell kind of reminds me of, and the vortex in there is doing this many times together. Like you're the light worker, and you're on the council, and then somebody else is coming in. You've worked together many times. And then you get the shell again. So there's a healing coming in, a change, a light worker. So I don't know where that pertains to, but remember that only the constant in the universe is change. You are always changing. That's the only constant.
Yeah, I've got that. She had a slight film over her third eye, and yeah, and so I was cleaning that out and activating it. So I'm not sure if you were feeling stuck a little bit, a light worker, but that's what was happening. That's what they were wanting me to do, and it makes sense that there's change coming. That yeah, there was something that, and it looks like you did it yourself. That too much information. They're telling me too much information was coming in. You put a film over it yourself to filter it or to stop it a little bit, and now you're ready, and they're opening it back up.
She's saying yes, feeling stuck. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes we need that to be gentle with ourselves. We're given, our brains are actually a Maserati, but but we can only drive a jalopy right now,
Yeah.
in the 3D. So as things come in and all this light comes in and it starts activating, you get your Kundalini awakening, you get your heart opening, and it's so much energy that it's good to move slowly sometimes and gently.
Well,
So
it's the Band-Aid's been ripped off.
burn a few burn a few
Yeah.
brain cells. Man, I have. I've had some awakenings that I had to hold on to my bedpost, and I'm like, "I don't want that again." I'm telling everybody.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad because she was filtering it out herself, and I think it's been ripped off because she's ready for it now.
Good, good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention what Betsy Palmer said. Aloha, everyone. Wow, I led a channel meditation a few days ago, and Metatron talked about human addiction the whole time.
Oh, wow, really? Yeah, I was just fascinated with the answer on that. It's basically 3D what we deal with. And I
Yeah.
almost felt like he was patting me on the back going, "This is the only one you're dealing with right now." Yes.
No, I had, Jason Topensky on the other day. I don't know if you know him or not. He does a healing thing, and he does the, past life regressions, like Dolores Cannon. He
Right.
does that type. And, he was talking about the same thing, that he'd put somebody under, in hypnosis, and their higher self had come in and talked about, an addiction that she had had that she got rid of, but she still had a sugar addiction, and the higher self said, "I'm gonna let her keep that one. She earned it."
That's
So,
great.
yeah, I
Well,
think so too.
that's kinda how I felt was that he was just like, "This is okay. This is the only one you're dealing with."
Yeah, yeah, that's not a big deal, is it? Okay, as I said with the big, I can have a cheeseburger tomorrow if I want.
Exactly. Or that brownie.
Oh, yeah, which I missed. I did not this morning. Thank you. Sherry, Trancing with Spirit. Any message of guidance for me from the Galactics for the new year?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Um, oh, okay. They wanted me to pull from Raise Your Vibration Oracle deck. So let me see here. What message that is for, because I can't imagine you're needing to raise your vibration. Let's see what's more to that. She's very connected to the galactic. But I'm seeing there's somebody there that's wanting to meet you. And he's saying, and it's a he, you are safe here. So there's somebody there. I think there's a new guide coming in for you. And he's wanting to meet you. And you're not either going up high enough for him. He's probably coming in on your sleep when your vibration's higher. But that's what this is he's telling you you're safe, he's safe, but you're going to see him. You've been seeing him in sleep, but you're going to have to do meditation to raise your vibration for you to meet, or do some whatever your meditation methods are, or walking, or gardening. Of course, gardening this time of year. Whatever your method is for meditation, he's ready for you to raise your vibration for the two of you to meet. And he looks like he's purple. I'm not sure who that is. Like a purplish coloring in his skin.
I'm just laughing because that's what I got too, the purple.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Go ahead.
Well, right away they start singing to me, Sherry, and they're singing, "Hey Joe, where are you gonna go with that star in your head?" So, like, you're walking with this big star in your head, and then I do get somebody new coming in, a new guide, or, someone coming into your, and look at that blue light around you, and that's the Lovers card. So, new energy coming in, somebody to help you through. Um, right now it's the illusionist. So, get rid of your illusions about it if you have any. about where you're at, spellbound, revamp, and unveil. Something that you're going to unveil. And then I get that beautiful purple card, and it's an amethyst card. And look at it, it's on the full moon. So
Yeah.
it's talking about the change of the moons. And this reminds me of the big rocks that you can walk around and create something. So you're going into that temple of the divine community reflection, and they're also talking about the amethyst, bringing in that purple energy.
Actually, it is a lyran, a purple lyran. I've
Oh,
never seen one like this before. But yeah, it's a lyran. It's a lyran. That's your lyran that's coming through, and he's wanting you to. Getting a huge yes on that. And he's wanting to connect. He's safe. You're safe. Connect with them.
yeah, boy, that is a big coming in. Yeah, you're getting some heavy hitters coming in there, Sherry. I mean, not as bad, but as in, pow, that big star in your head. So that's exciting. Let us know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jane says, I've been told I'm in Lyran. Okay, I'm gonna go
You have a
on
lot of
past
checks
that one.
around.
Yeah. Rossi says, do my galactic guides have a message? What work am I supposed to do for them?
Oh, okay. What work you're supposed to do for them? Um, get a little bit more. It's going to take me a little bit more on that one. Let me see. I'm going to pull out the message from my Starseed Oracle deck.
Okay.
You want to go ahead first, and
Yeah. I'll go ahead and go.
About what you're supposed to be doing with them.
Rossi, first they're bringing me around to your beautiful cat, your Santa cat, and they're talking about giving and receiving, and they're talking about how much you give. They want you to receive more and take more in for you. So and you're already talking about what you're gonna do for others, and they're talking about bringing this into your heart space and taking care of Rossi. Something about something they want you to do with your heart space. Oh, okay. And then again, we get the ancestral realm. So going through that channel into the shadow work, I'm going to say again, golly. So karmic release, healing your old lineage and boundaries, Rossi. And this is something that we do for everyone when we do it. Like when we go and release that, you're doing it for the community, for the all the earthlings. Oh, and here we go again, Chamber of the Violet Flame.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's that beautiful light. These are Kyle Gray. I can't remember the name of it, but here it is. Kyle Gray, Gateway of Light activation cards. I love them.
Yeah,
they're pretty. Yeah, the back's really pretty too. Yeah. That's all.
Okay. All right, Rosie, I got that you're in the process of learning to fly spaceships. Woohoo! Wow. I love flying spaceships. Anyway, that's what your purpose is. And I got to ask that several times in several different ways. But you're right now in the learning process. And I pulled a card and it said star bathing. And it says your light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. So what I'm getting is that this is what you've been doing. You're not just have started doing this. You've been in training for quite a while. And you're connected with the spaceship right now that you are training on, and that's part of the transmission and activation. Is how you're already in the spaceship, you're already connected to it. They are teaching you how. Actually, they're showing me and this is the hardest part for me too. They're trying to teach you how to control your thoughts, because your thoughts transmits to the spaceship, and the spaceship follows what you're thinking. So that is like the hardest thing for humans to do. And it looks like to me that's one of your biggest hurdles also, and you're going through that right now.
Mm. Wow. I'm just looking to see, Susie said that she posted something before we started. So,
Oh,
Susie, if you wouldn't mind posting it again and we'll get to it, I promise. I just, it didn't show up on here. I got in a little bit late. My daughter had a market this morning and I helped her set up.
what does she do?
She's doing vintage clothing.
Oh,
So,
oh, that's great.
yeah, it is really fun. And vintage clothing, everybody here will laugh. It's the 90s. Very in right now. I still have it in my closet.
Mine? Well, no, not mine. When I came about Chester, I got rid of everything.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, yeah, I've got so much. Well, and I keep buying more because, for her, and then I've got a little shop too, but
I was going to say, well, what is your shop? Is it vintage clothing also?
I do a little bit of vintage clothing, but mostly mine is, smalls and, mid-century.
A hummingbird outside my window.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it just flew off.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never seen a hummingbird outside my window this time of year. What in the world?
Yeah.
It has to mean that had to be a message. What would be that message of hummingbird outside of your window? Anybody in the chat have any ideas?
Yeah, hummingbird. Joy
Hummingbird.
flew by, Annie says. Joy and wonder. Yeah. Plus, they drink ambrosia, kind of, or nectar of the gods. So that joy and wonder and nectar of the gods,
Yeah, but there's nothing really blooming. I mean, it's 30 degrees outside. I'll look it up. If anybody have any ideas, I'll look it up. Anyway, Gina, I pulled a card out of it and it said big picture thinking. Big picture thinking. And so it's going this Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. And I think I think this is actually an affirmation for you because you're coming up with some great ideas of what you're doing. So I think this is just an affirmation card for you to keep on going, doing what you're doing, and you're doing great. That's a great message.
And I get, yeah, healing, spiritual wisdom. So talk about light activation going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Use both your physical and spiritual bodies as partners in healing. So, and Juno knows a lot about that.
Yeah.
Wow. So the mandala in that is just stunning. I can't get it up there very well, but
That's appropriate for
you
her.
can see that light activation. Yeah, it's just beautiful. And there's somebody on either side of it. So I get that might be the humming in your ears sometimes, but that also is like you're getting messages on both sides. So I like that you've got like guides on either side that are always giving you information. Oh, Juno says, thanks, Dr. Gail. Thanks, Terry. I had a huge breakthrough forgiving and connecting with your deceased father this week.
Oh,
Wow.
great. That's
Yeah.
great.
That makes so much sense for both those readings. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Rosie. Hummingbird, joy, healing, resilience, and eternity of life.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got that. It's got a message for me. So when we finish, I'm going to tap into that message.
Oh, and Annie Bear says hummingbird is connected to the fifth world.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense too.
Yeah, it does. For it to be, this is so odd this time of year.
Yeah. All right, Gina, thanks. Okay, Debbie Joyce was asking, what are their plans for disclosure and helping us through this heavy energy? Please and thank you.
Well, Debbie, I haven't been privileged for that information for a while. I was on that committee of first contact for it was probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and they'd already shown me where it was going to happen. They showed me how it was going to happen, and showed me who was going to be the first one that's going to be showing. And it was supposed to be happening in 2024 at that time. I don't know if that's still the plans of that happening, but for me, every one of us, especially here in the chat, we're already having these big reveals. We're already having these disclosures, or we're already changing our DNA and our vibrations to accept them. We're already way ahead. This disclosure will be for the people who are not connected. It's not, we're just going to, when they get here, we're going to go, oh, yeah, I already know all that. I've been talking to this guy forever, so it's going to be a big deal, but it's not going to be a big deal to us who are already connected to them as it is. So you're not going to have as much of a problem going through that heavy energy as, can you imagine somebody who has been denying them all these years, and what kind of energy that's going to be with them? I mean, that is just going to be traumatic. It's going to be traumatic for them, but it is not going to be for us. And so we are already going through those energy changes. So rest assured, Debbie, you're already connected to them, and you'll be fine with it.
Yeah. That's why we're here. That's our job, to help the energy as this comes in, because, and once again, the astrologers, Pam Gregory, is talking about this right and left. So many of them, that there's going to be big disclosures, and we're going to find out that life is not as we thought it was. And we already know that. We're already in complete awareness of this. And we meditate, and what we do, we're already ready. Sherry says, I'm ready for Scotty to beam me up. Right?
Yeah. And to go a little bit more back to that heavy energy, Debbie, is they are training me to help the light workers through this process. There are some people who are going to have some challenges, and they're training me now to help the light workers through this process, because our 3D bodies are going to have some traumas or some issues to go through with it. But they are training me right now to take care of the light workers.
I love that. Yeah. Peaceful vindication is coming. Hypnicity says, yeah. I feel like it's our light bodies are already, when we're walking in our light bodies, not just our physical bodies now.
Right.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I love that. Love that question. Thank you, Debbie. Okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, that's an interesting question, Jane. I will ask it sometime if an orb can be on the ceiling can be stationary.
I've seen stationary orbs before, so the answer would be yes.
Yeah. And let's just preface that by nothing is ever stationary, right? Everything is always in motion. Energy.
Yeah, our bodies, yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've seen orbs that are stationary, and I've got a light being that lives right next to my portrait. And they're always there. And if you take a picture, they're always there. You can see them at night. You can see them during the day. They're always right there.
Yeah. And you also hear them hiding behind curtains and things like that too.
Oh my gosh, right? And if you, at the corner of your eye, if you look out the window, bam, 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 there they go. Yeah. And then they're like, you'll see, like for me, I see a hole in the veil. Like there'll be a hole there of nothing. It was nothing before. It was like a gray tone, like a disturbance in the program. But now I see that blue light coming through it, the diamond light coming through it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really interesting. All right. Thank you, Jane. And I wanted to look and see of Susie, because we're right at an hour. Susie, did you repost here? I'm looking for you.
Was it Susie or was it somebody else?
Oh, I'm not sure. Did somebody?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. Yeah.
If you can write repost in capital letters, maybe we will see it.
Yeah. I don't see it right now. And
I hate to miss somebody.
Yeah. Well, we can't get everybody, but we tried.
Yeah, we tried.
Um, a lot of these are just great posts that I wanted to post, but you guys are too wisdom-y today, wisdom-y. You're too smart today. I love it, love it. Okay. Love this, Erin. Was told I have a brotherhood of galactic guides. What do they want me to start, stop, or accomplish right now? Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's
Aaron.
awesome.
Aaron, I'm assuming you're here. Are you a healer? Because I'm getting strong that you're a healer. Yeah. I'm not sure if you're a healer now or this is what you're being called to do. That's what they're wanting you to accomplish. They're calling you to come forth because we're going to be needing more and more healers as we go through this transformation. So, Aaron, I hope if you're here, that's what you're supposed to be pursuing. If you're not already in that area, that's what you're supposed to pursue. Anyway, that's pretty big for her. I hope she's already in the field.
Right? She's like, yeah. Fasten your seatbelt, Erin.
She is here. Aaron, are you already in the healing field? I don't know what you might be doing, but I hope this isn't a big shock to you because that's what they're asking you to do.
Oh, okay. I'm not seeing her say anything about that.
Yeah. She just said that. Oh, I'm in no particular field. Okay. Well, there you go. You got some direction now.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're showing me. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, they're showing me the flower of life. So, you know, and when I see the flower of life, I do think of healing. I also think of this is how everything starts, right? And in this cluster. And when I see the flower of life, I think of these star beings that come from, I don't know what planet is, but it's a yellow and white planet, like diamond and sapphire, coming in, and they're definitely healers. So yeah.
Yeah, she says I just like helping people.
Yeah.
And that is part of healing, helping people.
Yeah. So that golden light you might connect to with that healing, or the blue. I mean, there's so many different colors. I love that you heal with blue light.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, it allows people to heal themselves. That's what it's doing, is calming people's nervous system down so their own bodies can heal themselves. Because I can't get to everybody who's in the chat. And so when they enter my chat on those shows, they're automatically getting that blue healing light. So there's a lot of people who are already taken care of, just being in the chat.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Beautiful. All right, everybody. So, thank you all for being here. And Dr. Gail, we got to do this again in a couple of weeks if you're open.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
Yes.
All right. And we'll be back soon, everybody. And we're so sorry if we didn't get to you. And soon, hopefully, come in earlier next time. So, and we'll try to get you right away and just put second time in there. And we'll put you up a notch there.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Well, have a great week. Do you have anything coming up that you want to talk about?
No, I just thank you for having me, and thanks everybody for coming into the chat. Thanks everybody.
Yeah, thanks so much. And I will be on Nancy Jean's 9 Candles tonight. So thank you all, and thank you, Dr. Gail. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.